As a theatrical clown, I find new and different ways to offer myself, my art, in different settings. So over the last 15 years or so, I've been developing my own theater shows. I also am hired by various circuses, so I am a circus clown, a theatrical clown, and lately I've been busking on the streets of Toronto, so I'm now a busking clown.
Hi, sir.
Foo has been around for 18 years. Foo is my my initial and one would argue my only clown. Everyone has a clown that they can develop. It's a personal clown. It's a personal expression of what you are, and these aspects of who you are get exaggerated. I always say that clown is life times 10. Clown is you times 10. Big part of the training is understanding what is you. What is it that we're sending out to the world? What is it that people are observing about Helen, about you? Once you understand what those things are, what other people see in you, then the next step is to be able to be good with that and to be able to celebrate that and put it in an artistic frame.
Riding my bike, and she just looked so funky, and it was her rhythm and her musicality that just was like, hey, I've got to stop and listen to this. And I had a stressful day at work, and it's pretty fun to see someone with a red nose.
So when I have a concept in mind that I want to develop into a piece or even later on a show, I usually start with a phrase that has been coming to me, and usually it's a phrase that keeps going on in my mind, and so I end up writing down the phrase in the middle. So let's say the phrase might be "foo down the well." And so I'll put that in the middle, and this is a process called clustering. It's very common. I think it started in the 60s. So it's just a way of unlocking the subconscious and to let things flow out of you without judgment. Foo down the well. So I will be clustering around this phrase, foo down the well, foo down the well. And from that I get an idea of an image, and I'll write it down. Foo sees darkness. Out of that comes falling, falling, help me. Out of that might come rope, no hope, 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 hope. With a bit of news. I might get stuck, and then I'll go back to the original, which is foo down the well. Foo down the well. I think people just in general want to know that you're listening to them. They want to test it. They want to know that their wishes are going to be listened to and heard and honored. And clowns who don't listen are very dangerous. So a big part of the training that goes into becoming an artistic clown, no matter where you put your art, is tuning the ear to really understand and hear with the whole body what the audience is saying to you. And that is so important, and it's not talked about a lot.
Fu is a Renaissance street painter, street artist, which I've done at several festivals, which is really fun, and people understand the parody. As soon as they see the parody, they understand it, and it invites them in. The idea of parody is a really strong and long tradition. Clowns have always been involved in parody, and because people don't go to the theater, in this society anyway, it's not common for people to go to the theater. You have to bring theater to them sometimes. So doing it in festivals, on the street, that's important to me. People need to see parody. They need to laugh. Seeing a clown on the street begging for money is a political statement. It's a political act. We're in a really strange economy right now, and there's a lot of worried people out there, a lot of people who are wandering around with a lot of legitimate concerns. And so the political act is me as a clown reflecting the rest of humanity and how we're feeling. We're feeling like we need to beg now. So it's also a political motivation to be on the street. Therapeutic clowning is very different from theatrical clown. It has theatrical clown roots, so one needs to be a trained theatrical clown artist in order to offer this service in healthcare.
This is Ricky and Dr. Flap, therapeutic clowns designed to entertain and engage children at the Bloorview Kids Rehab Hospital.
Thanks, Dr. Flap.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
But the clowns had a question. Were they actually reaching children who were not responsive? And so began a unique research project where scientists studied 8 children disabled by brain injuries and cerebral palsy. They used devices to monitor their heart rate, breathing, and skin temperatures while the children watched TV and during visits by the clowns. To their surprise, the scientists found the children didn't respond much to television, but the readings showed they all seemed excited by the presence of the clown.
Clients who get to know you and who really love that kind of interaction, they will count on you always being there. But for new clients, they're not necessarily expecting a clown to walk by their rooms. I think it's a matter of where your ego lies, and for healthcare, you have to put your ego aside and put on a different type of attitude, which is one of being a servant for, I guess, a servant of humanity.